Scroll through any creative feed right now, and you're bound to hit a demo showing artificial intelligence doing the heavy lifting. With a single click, hours of complex editing are wiped out, snapping into a perfect image. The appeal is obvious. Taking 20 minutes of tedious masking, cloning, and edge refinement and reducing it to a 10-second automated task is exactly what every busy creator wants. But there is a catch when you take that social media preview and actually zoom in to inspect the pixels. A lot of the marketing hype glosses over a crucial technical distinction. Generating entirely new contextual pixels with an algorithm is not the same thing as manipulating the existing high-resolution data your camera captured. Adopting these tools based purely on the hype means navigating a new risk, potentially sacrificing high-end fidelity for the sake of a faster turnaround. We balance speed against precision. Traditional Photoshop sits here, maximum control but a massive time investment. AI tools sit here, unmatched speed but unpredictable results. We all want this empty space, flawless images instantly. But that zero-compromise workflow doesn't exist yet. To get professional results without the mind-numbing drudgery, we have to look closely at exactly where these algorithms break down, so we can build a process that actively avoids their flaws. Think about the agonizing process of isolating an object by hand. Using traditional tools like the lasso or the pen means tracing your subject pixel by pixel, constantly adjusting your tolerance levels and refining your edges. This table shows data from recent academic testing on this exact task. The AI selection tool completed the object isolation in just 20 seconds, while the manual process took a full 3 minutes. But look what happens when we compare the quality of those edges. Dealing with complex, overlapping textures like animal fur or human hair exposes the limitations of that 20-second shortcut. AI auto-masking frequently bleeds over the lines. It grabs stray eyebrows, catches background elements, or chops into teeth. As the editor, you inevitably have to step in and manually clean up those unpredictable halos. Object isolation is a perfect example of a hybrid problem. AI is a highly effective starting point for making bulk selections, but it cannot be trusted as the final authority on intricate edge details. Then there's generative fill. The ability to instantly replace unwanted objects or smoothly expand a canvas feels like the ultimate editing cheat code. Yet a critical technical constraint exists. Generative patches are capped at 1024 by 1024 pixels. If forced to stretch across a high-resolution 50-megapixel file, the data breaks down into a blurred, pixelated mess. Professionals handle this by generating new elements in much smaller, piecemeal sections to stay under the resolution limit, or they combine small AI patches with traditional content-aware cloning on masked layers. Relying entirely on a one-click generative fill for print or large displays degrades your image fidelity, turning a high-end photograph into an unusable file. We see a similar trade-off in portraiture. AI neural filters are designed to globally balance lighting and clear blemishes across an entire face in just a few seconds. But this algorithmic smoothing often creates an uncanny, artificial look. By blindly erasing natural skin textures and pores, the subject ends up looking like plastic. A professional editor brings specific restraint to the process, intentionally leaving under-eye lines or minor skin textures to keep the subject from looking fake. Still, if you are an event photographer tasked with delivering hundreds of decent, web-ready portraits by tomorrow morning, the batch processing power of AI is incredibly valuable. Automated retouching forces a choice. You are trading the nuanced artistry and unique character of a human face for speed and consistency across a massive batch of files. This brings us to how you actually structure your editing. First, consider the volume creator. This is a YouTuber, social media manager, or high-volume event shooter whose absolute priority is massive output. For this profile, leaning heavily on AI tools is the most cost-effective choice. When your deliverables are only ever viewed on small mobile screens, saving 10 hours a week easily justifies a minor loss in pixel-level detail. Then you have the commercial pro. This profile produces hero shots, beauty campaigns, or large-format prints. Here, a pure AI workflow is a massive liability. Algorithmic artifacts, blurry edge halos, and sudden resolution drops will completely ruin the high-fidelity deliverables these clients expect. You cannot name the best editing tool until you define your final canvas. You have to know whether the job demands high-speed volume or high-fidelity precision. For quality and efficiency, the answer is the hybrid workflow. AI handles the heavy lifting, initial photo culling, generating bulk masks, and basic object removal. Then switch to manual tools for critical finishing work, setting color grading, high-resolution patching, and refining textures by hand. AI is an assistant that clears the path. It handles the repetitive setup so you can spend your time where it matters, in absolute control of the final image.